So as usual, log into your AWS account. When you want to work on networking on AWS Cloud, you search for the VPC. You can search for it here, or if you already favorite it, you can check it. You can click on it here too, because I've already favorited this. So now you can see all the VPC. Let me close all of this. The one that we are only going to work on in this section is this VPC Cloud and Security. You can see the VPC Cloud comprises of a lot of things. You have the VPC itself, you have the subnet that we've discussed, you have the route table, you have the internet gateway, and you have the NAT gateway. So those are the only one we are going to talk about. Every other one, they are advanced or intermediary. And you can see this for the security, you have network ACL and security groups. So here, let's start with VPC. The first option, if you want to create a VPC, I always advise you, if you are creating a VPC as a beginner, always create them one by one. AWS gives you an option to create AWS and more. This option, VPC and more. If you pick the VPC and more, it will help you to, you can just fill in these requirements, the VPC settings, and it will generate or create all the resources and link them up for you. This is okay if you already know about VPC, but if you are doing VPC for the first time or as a beginner, I always advise you to start from here, VPC only. Create them one by one and link them together. So that gives you that expertise that you need to be able to talk about how they are connected together. So the first thing you want to do is, let's give our VPC a name. I'm going to call this one testing VPC. And also one thing that you should learn how to do is to work on your naming convention. It's very important. If I'm creating this VPC, let's say I'm creating it for Walmart. I'm going to say Walmart VPC. So let's use Walmart VPC. So the CIDR block, that is how you define the range of your VPC so that it can separate you from the general AWS public. So I'm going to go with the general one, the most common one, 10.0.0.0/16. So any resources I'm going to create inside this VPC must follow or must be within this IP range. Then for every other thing, you don't need to worry about that. Just click create. So the first thing first, we've created our VPC. This is how to create your VPC. So if you want to check the VPC that you created, just click on your VPC and you will see the VPC here. So this is how to create a VPC.